Hi, this is Jim Goodman, and I want to welcome you to 10 Wheel Adventures. Well, this week, Belinda and I traveled from Jordanelle State Park near Park Cities in Utah, up through Wyoming, and then back into Utah in the very northeast corner at Bear Lake State Park. The scenery in front of you is some of Wyoming, as we travel through it, very flat in this area. And then as we're back into Utah, we go through another little mountain range that leads us down into this valley where Bear Lake State Park is at, on the southern end of Bear Lake.
Well, good morning. Welcome to Bear Lake State Park in Utah. There are actually two Bear Lake State Parks. The lake, and it's a huge lake, 18 miles long, 7 miles wide, roughly. And it is split between Idaho and Utah, and each have their own Bear Lake State Park. It's a beautiful area. It's got a lot of history here, and I'll go into that in just a bit. But I want to give you just a look around. If you can see up in that tree way over there, you'll see a bald eagle. Actually, there's a pair of them up there with a juvenile, so there's 3. We don't often see the male, which we assume this is the female, mainly because she's present so much. And we'll see the juvenile up on the edges, flapping its wings and walk around, and especially during feeding time it comes out. And I'll have more video of that for you later. Thought I'd give you a tour around. This is our campsite. And of course I have Sasha out for her walk. We're gonna walk down to the lake. Now, dogs aren't allowed on the beach, but we can go down there to the edge. And she loves to get out here. There's so many smells. And she really enjoys herself. Now this will give you a good view of the lake. You can see the snow-capped peaks off in the distance. And mind you, we're in June, first week of June. It's June 2nd here. Beautiful lake. In the drone shot, you'll see the color is that mountain lake blue. It comes from all the suspended limestone particles in the water, and the sun reflecting off of those. So from above it looks really blue. This is a look around the campground close to the beach.
Now we'll take a look at our eagle's nest. We watched this thing all week long. It was so exciting. You could see the juvenile flapping his wings. We thought any day now this thing would take off. Well, for the week we were there, that's about the extent of the juvenile's activity. That and feeding. Feeding was interesting. It seemed like Dad, who's the eagle without the front white badge, would do most of the feeding and actually would get down into the nest. Mom would fly off and Dad would fly in and down inside the nest feed it. So we didn't get to see a lot. I did take the drone up there, but I didn't want to get too close. I didn't want to scare the juvenile. But I did want to peek inside of the nest because I've never seen one. Now this beach is called Rendezvous Beach for a reason. Back in the 1800s, the mountain men would gather each year at some particular point and call it a rendezvous. The fur traders would bring in wagons full of munitions and alcohol and foodstuffs to trade for the furs that the mountain men had gathered over the winter. And in 1827 and 1828, they actually held the rendezvous here. 2 notable names, Jedediah Smith and Jim Bridger, attended both of those years. And this is the valley where they held the rendezvous. Now, I always try to keep these videos short, under 5 minutes, so I'll leave you here, wishing you safe travels until we meet again.